What's up, y'all? I'm back. I'm back. All right, so how y'all feeling? I hope y'all good. I hope the year is starting off for y'all pretty good. If you're new, please subscribe. Please share this and hit the bell. Subscribe, share, hit the bell. I want to talk about what's been going on, what I see a pattern of in the past couple weeks. You know, we starting the year off with a lot of people attacking our community as a whole, right? I see a lot of people attacking the black community, especially black men, when it comes to protecting black women. I see this theme. This is what the year is starting off with, 2019. I'll give you a couple examples real quick. There was a few celebrities like Jada Pinkett Smith and Common, and unfortunately even Dr. Boyce spoke about how we're all to blame for what was going on with R. Kelly, right? And we're all, it's our fault, right? So, and I gotta push back on that because I think that that's bullshit, right? And I'm gonna tell you why, right? So I'm gonna start with this article that I read in the Atlantic, right? Jemele Hill, our girl Jemele Hill, that used to work at ESPN, she wrote this article in the Atlantic, right? I'm gonna take a couple excerpts from it. The name of the article was called "R. Kelly and the Cost of Black Protectionism." I'm gonna try to put a link, and I'm gonna try to leave a link for this, John. R. Kelly and the Cost of Black Protectionism, right? So I guess what she's saying that black protectionism is what created R. Kelly, right? And I just feel like it's just wrong, right? So let me give you an example of what she's talking about. I take this excerpt. She said that the docuseries, this is from her article, the docuseries picks at an uncomfortable truth that has long existed in the African American community. Black girls and women are often on their own in fighting abuse and misogynoir. So misogynoir, I don't know if y'all familiar with that term. I'll just define it real quick if you're not, because I wasn't. Misogynoir is black misogyny. It comes from, it's two words that make this up. It's misogyny and noir, right? Noir is like black in French, right? And misogyny is misogyny. So it's misogynoir, right? And misogyny is pretty much the hatred of women, the hatred or dislike of women, right? Okay. So black hatred of women, right? And that, African American, she's basically saying that in our community, that this has long existed in our community, right? That black girls and women are often on their own in fighting that, and fighting abuse and misogynoir, right? So what she's saying is that they're on their own, like men aren't supporting her. And this is why I say it's a pattern that I'm seeing, where people coming at the community talking shit about the black men, right, in our community. Like, we're not supportive, we're not protecting them. Like, we'll see some shit happen and won't fucking do nothing. And I just think that that's all bullshit. Because I seen a video of a motherfucker that pulled a hammer on the motherfucker. He pulled the burner out, like, he flashed the heat on the dude. We seen that video with the old head. I might try to drop that in here at some point. Where he pulled the hammer on him when he was protecting the pregnant girl at the Walmart. Because the dude, some white dude walked up and was fucking with her. And he pulled the burner out and shit. And punched the dude in the mouth and shit. You know what I'm saying? But the McDonald's situation, they were saying the same thing, like, oh, these men wouldn't protect her. You know what I'm saying? So it's this theme. We starting the year off with this theme that black men aren't protectors. We're not going to protect nobody, right? So we're going to put that in our back pocket for a minute, right? I'll come back to that in a second. So another excerpt, right? This is actually the next little paragraph she wrote. She said, as seen in the series, the black community formed a force field around Kelly, especially during his 6-year child pornography case, which eventually resulted in acquittal in 2008. So she's saying that we formed a force field around R. Kelly, like a force field and shit, right? And I'm like, I want you to peep how she's making these blanket statements about our entire community, how she won't even use the term some people in the black community. You know what I mean? That, that some African American, some black girls find themselves on their own. You know what I mean? She's just blanket. This is a person that's writing for the Atlantic. She's a writer. All right. I think I would have probably wrote that better. I'm a fucking truck driver. You know what I'm saying? You know, she would have wrote, this is crazy. Like, she's a writer. She should have wrote that better, right? Then in the next paragraph, she says, as seen in the series, like I said before, as seen in the series, black community formed a force field around the black community. Peep that. The black community. Again, she didn't say some people tried to protect them. She said the black community. So she pretty much, what she did was she stereotyped the shit out of our entire community when she said that. This shit was irresponsible as shit. She need to retract some of this and make some corrections for real. But I don't think that she gonna do it. She don't seem like the type that'll be like, you know what, I fucked up. I'm gonna come back and fix that. You know what I'm saying? She don't seem like the type of person to me when I see her, you know. But I'm actually probably, I'll try to send this video to her and maybe she'll do that. So anyway, you know, it's she's not looking at the fact, right, that there are people that didn't support R. Kelly. You know, there were people that said when they that stopped banging with R. Kelly like that back in the day. Some people, right? And there's a lot that didn't, right? And you know, this idea that we all, right, like we're not a monolithic group. We're a group of individuals. We got individual taste in food. We got individual taste in religion. We got individual opinions. You know what I'm saying? We're not a monolithic group that's all thinking the same shit. So this idea where 1,000 black people, if 200 black people go loot a store, the black community did it. So meaning if somebody went and looted a store and you was at work, you did it. You know what I mean? Let's say you was at work at your job in another fucking state. You know, people, you know, why did y'all do that? Like everything that every black person do is connected to all of us. That's bullshit. We are individuals. People in other groups can go out and do and maintain individuality. People in other groups can maintain individuality after people from their groups do crazy shit. So let's just say some white dude decides to walk into a McDonald's and be like to everybody. You know, the next day you're not gonna see, ain't nobody walking up to the average white person on the fucking street saying, why did y'all do that? You know what I'm saying? So we're sitting back bearing, we get these stereotypes and shit where we got to bear the cost of everything that every black person does and shit, right? And it just pisses me off when I see black people doing this themselves, right? When I see black folks stereotyping the shit out of black folks, that shit is weird to me, especially in magazines that white folks own. That's just, and read. That's real fucking weird to me. So I wasn't feeling that shit at all when she wrote that. You know, she stereotyped the community, right? And you know, she said that as seen in the series, right? And I did a video a while ago. I said I don't like the way that series made our community look. If you go back, this is before this article. This article Jemele Hill wrote came out on, what date was it? It was 11/11 or 11/10. I think she wrote this article. Let me look real quick. I think it was 11/10 that she wrote the article. I'm trying to find the front page of this, John. And I'm messing up. Yeah. It was actually on the 11th. It was on the 11th that this article came out. And my video about how the series made the community look was way before that. You know, I just wanted to peek. I want you to see that. So, you know, this force field that the black community put over R. Kelly, this force field. And I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, we can't even put a force field over ourselves. We can't even protect ourselves from all types of injustice that we go through ourselves. So that was bullshit. You know, we didn't put a force field. It's this blame. Like, there's a blame going towards the community. Like, it's the community's fault. And I'm like, I mean, is it me? I feel like I'm in a fucking Twilight Zone. I feel like I'm like, are you kidding me? You know, I'm going to tell you what formed the force field around R. Kelly. All right. A flawed justice system. A flawed justice system formed a force field around R. Kelly. Because the justice system is a system where if you got money, you can get away with a lot of shit. That's just the bottom line. His money formed a force field, okay, around him. His money. He was able to go out and hire powerful lawyers. You know what I mean? How can someone think about this? He took this case. He put this case off for 6 fucking years. Think about that. Who do you know in your community, which one of your cousins, uncles or aunts or whoever can take and put a case off for 6 fucking years. 6 years. You know what it takes? It's not, you think that people running around with signs saying R. Kelly's innocent and people just saying, oh, Singing Your Body's Calling did that? No, it was money. It was money. And if our criminal system wasn't so fucking flawed, that money wouldn't have meant shit. That money would not have meant shit. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people beat cases, you know what I'm saying, because they got money. Okay, you might not know this dude's name, but I want you to Google his name. His name is Ethan Couch. I want you to Google that shit, Ethan Couch. You know, this was a dude that did some really crazy shit. Like, this dude did some crazy shit, and he was able to get away because he came from a family that had some money. You know what I'm saying? He was able to get away with a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So that's what really was the actual force field around R. Kelly. You know. And then again, you know, like I said, you seeing this blame where you got these people saying that we should have did something as a community, right? Even Common in one of his videos with TMZ, he said, yeah, you know, we could have went up in there in that house and got them girls out. That's what Common tried to say, right? And I'm like, bruh, what you talking about is first of all, what he's talking about is vigilante justice. And see, look, this is the sanity show. Fuck that. I'm keeping shit sane here. I'm trying to keep shit clear. We're going to look at what shit really is. You're talking about vigilante justice. When you talking about running up in the house and getting them girls out, when you talk that shit, what you talking about is that's a home invasion, my nigga. You talking about home invasions. Okay. That's what we should have did. All right, you go ahead and do that home invasion. Let me see you do some shit like that. Let me see you doing a fucking home invasion, okay? This is vigilante justice. You talking Death Wish 2 shit. That's like, you know, Death Wish 2, like, go out and we should have just did XYZ, right? And by the way, again, we don't have access to the wealth like these stars. We don't have the access to wealth that it's going to take for us to beat the motherfucking case. If Common was to actually do some shit like that, he can get a lawyer a $50,000 fucking retainer. I don't got that shit. Nobody I know got that. You see what I'm saying? So maybe he's speaking from a wealth position, right? He may be speaking from a different wealth position and different state of mind. Like, fuck it, I beat the case. I run up in there and get them girls out that house. You know, maybe he on some shit like that because of the money that he might have. I don't see him doing that shit, but maybe he on that because of that. Maybe that's his position, right? A $500,000 case, $50,000 retainer, maybe $500,000 case. He got that. Listen, fuck all that. Put the blame where it belongs. This nigga was in court. People say, I didn't see the tape like I told you in the last video. I never saw that tape with the girl on it. People saying that he was on tape. They played the tape in court. The criminal justice system failed. That is the fucking blame in this situation. We got a criminal justice system that is a failure. You see what I'm saying? People with money walk. People with money can do shit and walk. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time, because you see what happened to Bill Cosby. Not all the time. You know what I'm saying? Not for every fucking thing. But in many cases, you got people that as long as they got some bread, they can go out and hire strong lawyers and they can walk. You know what I'm saying? That's the main reason why this shit was able to go on. Because what happened when he was charged? 6 years, he put it the fuck off. He put the case off for 6 years. So shit was able to continue to happen. Then he beat the fucking case, right? After a tape was supposedly played with him on it, fucking with an underage girl. He walked the fuck out of court. You know, don't look at the community and say it's the community's fault. Especially when you're not saying shit, a thing about a criminal justice system that's a constant failure, that's constantly failing us. So that's where I'm at with this shit. You know what I mean? I was upset about it because all week long I see everybody trying to blame our community, saying and attack men. This is attack on black men's character. Like, oh, y'all ain't gonna do shit. Listen, I'm not just letting shit ride. I don't just let shit ride. I hope that I don't have to fuck nobody. I hope that I'm not the dude standing behind that motherfucking McDonald's and that dude got the heart to try to grab a sister like that in front of me, because I'm gonna fuck that dude up, and I know that, and I know I'm gonna catch a case. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have the money. I don't have that retainer money. You see what I'm saying? And I'm concerned about that. I need to be out here. I need to take care of my kid. It's a lot of shit that we thinking about. Niggas is trying to stay free. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to be selective on when we gonna get violent and when we gonna do shit. Some of us are. Some of us don't give a fuck. Some of us, and let me tell you, the dumb shit that people are talking about probably won't happen in most cases in front of dudes like that. It ain't gonna happen in front of real niggas, because real niggas gonna wild out. They gonna black the fuck out over that. So that's it. Like and subscribe. I appreciate your time. New subscribers, I appreciate. I got some new subscribers. That's what's up. I appreciate y'all. And I'm gonna try to keep it moving. Peace.